Oh, well, my name's Fox Knight, so again, I'm Fox. I hope my audio doesn't have up on this. I've been trying to record gameplays, but for some freaking reason, they all keep messing up. So, screw it. I'm gonna do a review because I don't know what the fuck else to do anymore. I need to record episodes for when I leave to Texas, like at least 2 weeks worth. But either way, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but hopefully I'll figure out a way. But either way, I want to give my impression of Rick and Morty so far. I have not seen all the episodes. I've seen the first 6 episodes, and then from Season 2's 6th episode down to the season finale. I do plan to watch all of that. I actually asked for Christmas Rick and Morty Season 1 on DVD or Blu-ray. And eventually Season 2, probably the first few episodes will probably come up at some point. But either way, I want to give my impression of the Rick and Morty so far, and I pretty much love it. It's a pretty fun show. It's pretty cool how shut up. It's a pretty fun show. It's simple, and also I've been reading up a lot of facts about it, and there's a lot of good in-jokes and stuff like that. Morty, Morty, you think they'd like a show about dogs, but really they don't. But you think they would, but they're idiots. They're idiots, Morty. They're really idiots. That's my terrible Rick impression. Oh, Rick, but that's terrible Morty. But anyways, Morty, we have to get a space car, Morty. But the show is pretty funny. The first few episodes, I watched those after I saw the season finale. The first few episodes, I'm like, okay, Rick and Morty are kind of crazy. I first saw the Season 2 one, and that was all pretty good. The animation, I believe, got a little better. I was kind of sad because I looked up what episode is the one where they fight Cthulhu, and they're like, that's just in the theme, the trailer, or whatever, the theme music or whatever. I'm like, fudge! I wanted to see them fight Cthulhu. I'm assuming it's that what's her name? The sister took the baby, and because she took the baby, that's why Cthulhu's after him or some crap like that. But I don't know. That just looked awesome, and that just looked awesome and funny. I hope I'm not. I'm just making sure my audio is effing up because it's been effing up all day. I don't know why, but I don't want to record anything. Whatever, but. The audio, it was extremely funny. The jokes are pretty good. Morty gets kind of annoying, but then again, I guess he is sort of supposed to be like that, and he's also supposed to be kind of like the viewer in a sense. Like we're following Rick and Morty. Oh, and welcome to the review of spinach pizza. What was that? But anyways, Rick and Morty is extremely fun. It has kind of like a Doctor Who kind of thing where you can go where they basically can do any story they freaking want, and they really don't like do like they kind of just make up as they go along. So that's pretty cool. They really don't do time travel, more alternate dimensions or realities and stuff like that. I believe they use the term dimensions in that one too. They use alternate dimensions. You got a cool backstory. It has a similar plot and stuff like that, similar to not a similar plot, but similar storytelling to like Adventure Time and Steven Universe, where it's kind of episodic, but not. There's a lot of continuity, and not to mention with that continuity also, like you have, it's kind of episodic where like each episode you can watch like any type out of order kinda, and you won't be completely lost. Like Adventure Time, you come in at any time. Sure, something might seem incredibly weird, but you could do like, oh, okay, that was weird, but that's about it. Steven Universe is somewhat similar. You can watch Giant Woman and get like, okay, they confuse. strange, but I kind of like the music. It looks nice. That's how you like. That's kind of how Rick and Morty is. Which also like their little fuzzy eyes. I was thinking like, that's freaking bugging me. That's freaking bugging me. Those eyes are bugging me. but I've gotten used to them since then. But it's pretty good. And then I watched Doc and Marty. What really started Rick and Morty. No wonder Adult Swim wanted it, although it's not as effed up as that. But that was, and also knowing that Doc is Rick is Morty's son or grandfather, and that's pretty cool. That's just even worse watching that. Although back then it probably wasn't like that, but it was a pretty funny. Rick and Morty is pretty funny. Again, it has where it can do whatever the fudge it wants. It has a story, but it's not always like Lost, where like if you miss an episode, you're completely lost. You don't know what the fudge is going on. But it gives you a little bit more as it keeps going. You learn about different things. There might be some spoilers in this video, like about the war that happened. Also, not to mention that it's connected with Gravity Falls. Even if it's called Easter eggs, I'm going to say right now, it probably is connected with Gravity Falls. And I will not be surprised if there's ever a flashback to the war that Doc and Birdman, all of them were in, and we see Ford in there somewhere. That would be awesome. It would be so freaking awesome to see Ford in, like, even if it's like a small cameo, he has no lines, or if he's just like way in the background. I would love to see Ford's running with his gun. Just running in, and like we know what the fudge happened to him in like those alternate dimensions and stuff like that. That would be freaking awesome. Or like maybe at one Rick and Morty episode they go into a world where there's a whole bunch of not triangle people, but like different shaped people and stuff like that. That seems like it would be just so freaking awesome and funny. But that would be extremely cool. And then there was another guy, because apparently the guy who does Rick and Morty is also friends with the guy who does Gravity Falls, and I'm friends with another guy who does another show, but I forgot what the fudge the other show was. I'm not sure if it was Adventure Time. I'm not sure, but it would be cool to see like all three of these shows somehow be connected some way and have patterns within, have Easter eggs within each other. Because I don't know in Gravity Falls if there are that many Rick and Morty Easter eggs, but this show is pretty cool. Like I prefer this show over like American Dad and stuff like that. Which American Dad and just, like shows like that, they're fine. I haven't really seen Bob's Burgers. Apparently that's pretty good, but watching like American Dad stuff like that, that's episodic more. That's more just straight up episodic. There's really no continuity there's little continuity, but not really between all of it. Rick and Morty, like, you know, hole in the ceiling. There's a hole in the ceiling in the next few episodes until they get it fixed. There's crack in the floor. There's a crack floor all around the building until they get it fixed. It's just extremely cool. I really like it, and plus the ending where you have the song playing in the background. I'm like, I know this song. I know the lyrics. What the fuck is this song? And it's Johnny Cash's Hurt, which I'm like, fuck yes. That's like one of my favorite songs, especially when I heard it on Prototype 2 trailer. I'm like, oh, that got me hyped for it because it was just so cool, like dramatic and stuff like that. And I like this cover of it. Because there was someone else, a girl who did the cover. I forgot who she was, but she did a cover, and I'm like, it doesn't sound as good as Johnny Cash did. When this guy did it, it sounded pretty good. It was quieter. It felt a little sad, especially how like longer it kind of extended it out, which kind of fit with everything that was happening. And I cannot wait for season 3, which I think comes out March. I don't know. Apparently, it comes out like in a few months. So I'm like, fudge me. Now I gotta wait that long. Well, hopefully I get Rick and Morty season 1 for Christmas. That way I can then go, sweet, I'm just gonna binge watch the rest of the season. And then and then I'll probably see if I can find the other seasons on the internet or other episodes on the internet. But it was an extremely fun show. I can't wait for more. Doc is an a-hole, a jerk, but he's also kind of like Doc's like my favorite character in Rick and Morty, or Rick is my favorite character in Rick and Morty. right now, especially since he has such a big backstory and stuff like that. And it also, again, like, it's kind of similar to Steven Universe, stuff like that, where they give you little hints on what the fudge is going on, like Rick being gone for 20 years, and he's 20 years while Morty is 14, but somehow Rick saw Morty when he was a baby, which then goes on to the theory that this is probably not the only time that Rick has been in this dimension, or not the only. This is probably not Rick's main dimension, and also after that, like about him moving into another dimension, stuff like that. I might make a theory video on it because I know the theory's already been made, but I have my own thoughts on the matter. But it was extreme. This was a pretty fun. This was a pretty fun show. I extremely love it. And the funny thing was, it was supposed to be like 11-minute epic, which I might have to change that because these stories are getting Rick and Morty. I had to put in with it because it's a pretty good. It's cartoony-ish, but not. It's cartoony-ish, kind of similar. It's cartoonish, similar to like Steven Universe and Adventure Time, which I love. It's very simple, but it's still good. You have like the characters like the mother and father. They really don't like they keep wanting to get divorced every episode, but they find a way to stick together, and like everything that's just going on. Rick about all the other things and stuff like that. I want to keep watching the season 1 because season 1 I think probably has more of them going to alternate dimensions, because season 2 it didn't really, or in the episodes I saw, they really didn't go into that many alternate dimensions. So I don't know, but I do want to see what other shenanigans they can get into and stuff, and hopefully this is extremely good, but. Hopefully it continues on and continues being extremely good, especially since I think one of the funniest things I saw was when they kill the Simpsons. That was funny. But either way, thank you everyone for watching. If you want to check out more videos I've done, please click the link in the description below. It was a very fun series. I can't wait to watch the episodes I haven't seen, but thank you for watching, and we will see you later.